Shalom everybody, this is Deborah from artisticministry.net, and I just wanted to do just a quick vid. Just got a lot of just different things on my mind. I woke up from some dreams that were, some of them were disturbing, some of them were very peaceful, and I don't know, I just think that what we're dealing with, like I said, I know I shared in different comments in other videos and maybe even on some of my own videos, but sometimes I really think that this whole gang stalking, targeting thing, that it's really almost like a precursor for what's been prophesied to occur, which is a huge confrontation between the children of light and the children of darkness. And I think that sometimes this is a precursor to that. But a question that I have, that I've just been thinking about since I woke up, is what does this whole thing look like in the realm of the spirit? I was listening to I guess it was just a podcast on a network. I want to say that it's called Gang-Stalking Survival. I'm not really sure on the name. But he was saying that in the spirit realm, here in this physical realm, those of us who are being attacked and targeted and stalked, that in the spirit realm, we are a lot more powerful, that we have a lot more we just have a lot more influence, and we are the ones who stand up to them. We are the ones who question them, who rebel against them, who basically stand in their way. And yet here in the spirit realm, in this physical realm, it's the only way that they can get to us is in the spirit, is in this physical realm, because we are here, we are weak, we are targeted, we do not have positions of power, we do not have many of us are so isolated and so marginalized. We don't have access to weapons. We don't have access to, family and friends, or, that we can rally around us to help us out. And so that's where it's easy for us to become victims in this physical realm, which is where they attack us, which is where they just basically just dominate over us. And yet in the spirit realm, we are something completely different. We have power, we have sway, we have strength, which they cannot overcome. And I wonder sometimes what our actions, how they appear in the realm of the spirit. I know that in this realm here, a lot of my perpetrators, those who I've come to recognize and acknowledge as being my enemies, who are gaslighting me, who are, wearing masks, they are smiling and laughing and joking in my face, and yet I know that in the midnight hour that they are basically, it's a whole different person. And I wonder sometimes how they appear in the realm of the spirit. In this realm, many of them, they're very, fashionable. They are, what some people call the pretty people. They are, they have, the nice clothes, they have the nice cars, they dress themselves very well. They have a very good sense of fashion and such. And they are in positions of power. Many of them, they are in positions of influence. And I'm talking about just within my own, community. And in this circle, that I find myself in. Yet I wonder in the realm of the spirit what they look like if we were able to see them without this vessel of clay, what they would look like. And sometimes I think that imagining them in that realm without the power and the influence and the trappings of this physical realm, sometimes it helps to diminish that intimidation that they put out there, which is sometimes what happens with people who wear that color red. And I think in nature, red is it's a color that represents danger. It's a color that represents, caution. And I think they do that sometimes because they want people to fear them. They want people to, it gives them a sense of power, it gives them a sense of strength, and that lets me know that perhaps deep down inside they are very weak. They're very vulnerable. I was listening to a video by a Hebrew minister, and he was saying that he believes that the spirit realm, that it is the parent of the physical realm, that whatever we experience here in the physical realm is basically first manifested and birthed in the realm of the spirit. And so I wonder sometimes what how we appear to these to our perpetrators, to our stalkers. What do we look like to them? If they, because many of them, when you look at this targeting, when you look at it from a spiritual perspective, many of them are a lot more in tuned to the spirit realm than we are as their victims. Many of us don't even realize that there is a spirit world, and we have some individuals who are being targeted who don't even acknowledge that there is a spiritual component to this. So I wonder sometimes, for those stalkers and perpetrators who are definitely in tune to that, who are using that as a way to attack us, I wonder how we appear to them. And let me just say, I honestly think that when we look at this, when we break it down, I think that we can divide ourselves almost into camps. I know this sounds really weird, but we have those of us who are being attacked more, it seems like, on a through the technology, where individuals are definitely, they're dealing with with the directed energy beam weapons, and they are being just, their homes are being bombarded with waves, microwaves, X-rays, and they're feeling it on a physical level, dealing with the bloodshot eyes, maybe even some bleeding, just the headaches, the severe headaches. It's just, it's very real, and it's very it's very intimidating, and it's very frightening that someone can target all of that technology against one person who is vulnerable, who has no way to protect themselves, and probably doesn't even understand what's going on. And so there are those who are dealing with that part of it, and yet there are those of us who are dealing with it. Sometimes it's referred to as demon stalking or demon harassment. It's the spiritual component of this, which is where, I know that I've experienced it, and I've shared it with others. And, here on different videos, and I've watched videos where other people have spoken of it, just being attacked at night, feeling sometimes, just being pulled out of a sleep where I feel like, where I'm just literally being pulled out of my body, where my breath is just being sucked and siphoned out of my body, or I wake up, feeling just like, something is really pressing down on me. I mean, literally pressing down on me, trying to literally push or expel me out of my body. I've just woken up sometimes where just like where my whole body is just coated in sweat. I mean, this is a battle, and I think that sometimes when we're sleeping, we're the most vulnerable, which is just more proof for me that these people are bullies. They get you when you're really down, when you truly have no defense, and you can't be more defenseless than when you're asleep. You're literally laying prone. You're not even. It's one of the most defenseless. Do I really even have to explain it? I know that you understand what I'm saying, and yet that's when they attack. And depending on the spirit, that's what they, sometimes again I'll wake up just in a place of fear, where just like my heart is pounding, where just my flesh is just covered with sweat. And other times I wake up literally fighting. I mean, literally fighting. And and sometimes there's other times where I wake up and it feels like there's just been like just like lust, and just these different ways that they come at us. But I think that the demon stalking, the demon harassment, that it is just as valid and just as real as those who are dealing with the the directed energy weapons. It's just as valid, and it's just as real, and it serves, I think, the same purpose, and that is to dominate us, to control us, to attack us, to punish us, because we stand up to them, because we are a threat to them. And sometimes I think that we need to keep in mind that on some level we must be doing something right in order to be receiving this type of harassment, this type of attacks. We must be doing something right. I know some people might say, no, you're doing something wrong. If you're living a good life, you shouldn't have these experiences. Everything should be easy and nice, and you should be just enjoying, life to the fullest. And yet I don't think so. The scriptures say that the world has been given into the hands of the wicked. And we know that the enemy, that the devil, that he is the prince of the power of the air, that he goes to and fro and up and down in this kingdom, and he knows, every length of it, because it's his, and so he knows who we are, and he attacks us. He does not like us. He feels threatened by us. He feels intimidated by us. We are the children of light. And again, I say, I think that this looks very different in the realm of the spirit. I think that who we are, we appear differently to them, and that sometimes they see it. We can't see it, but I think that they can, and they sense that, and they know it. That's why sometimes there are people who, they just hate me on sight. Never had a conversation with me, have no idea who I am, couldn't tell you my name, but they just have a hatred for me. And I think that sometimes it's because they can sense and they can tell, you know, who I am, in a way that perhaps that I don't even know, in a way that I'm only just now beginning to understand. And I think that that's true for a lot of you. Definitely some of my subscribers, just the different comments that you leave on my video, that lets me know that you are strong, that you are children of light, and that's why you're being attacked. And I have respect for you. I have a lot of love for you, and I keep you in my prayers, and I hope that you keep me in your prayers. And please just share, what in the comment section, what do you think this looks like, this battle, what it looks like in the realm of the spirit? How do you think we appear to them?